Hi, first grade. This is Miss Yeager, and then as you see over here, this is Miss Mason. We are so excited she's going to be joining us today. Miss Mason, would you like to explain what you're doing?
Sure. I'm going to interpret for all of the kids so you can see it in ASL and you can listen to it in English.
Sounds great. Okay, we're going to get started. So the book today I'm going to be reading is called Saturday at the New You. Saturday at the New You. It is by Barbara E. Barber. Saturday is my favorite day of the week. Saturday is when I help Mama in her beauty parlor across the street from our apartment. It's called The New You. Oh, and there's the sign for it. On Saturdays, Daddy walks us to the New You and helps us lift the metal gate. Then he kisses me and Mama goodbye and goes to work downtown. Saturday is a day for me and Mama. So there is Mama and Daddy. As soon as we unlock the door and walk inside the New You, Mama turns on the lights. The pink hair dryers look so shiny you almost have to squint. The New You has pictures on the wall with lots of different hairstyles. Long hair, short hair, natural hair, straight hair, curly hair. Mama says all hair is beautiful. While Mama hangs up her coat, I jump in a chair and spin around. I make silly faces. Shauna, I see you making those silly faces, Mama yells. One day you're going to make a face and it'll stick. Ah, Mama, I've made funny faces a million times. So my question is, who is talking in the story? Who is talking in the story? So you're going to use it in a full sentence, remember? So you're going to say, blank is talking in this story. You're right. The little girl is talking in this story. How do you know that? Yeah, we know the little girl's talking because she talks back here about her mom and dad. And then we also know it's little girl because they say that she spins in a chair and makes a silly face. And there she is, spinning in a chair and making a silly face. Nice job, guys. Mama turns on the music after the lights. She says she works better to music, and the New You is always full of rhythm. As Mama stacks the clean towels near the sink, I hold a brush in my hand like a microphone and pretend I'm a famous singer. I sit my dolls, Stacy and Kenya, up on the counter so they can even see my performance. Even though Mama says I make too much noise in the morning, I can usually hear her humming to the music too. Before I'm done with my first song, Mama calls me to the back room so I can put on my smock. That's her smock right here. My smock is made with special flowers that Mama made me. Mine says Shauna on it. You can see right here, there's her name, Shauna. It's red in fancy letters. We make coffee for the customers who come early. I get to arrange the packets of sugar while Mama measures the coffee. The New York smells so good on Saturday mornings, like sweet peach shampoo and strawberry conditioner and fresh coffee. Who are the characters in the story? Who are the characters in the story? So remember, we're going to use a full sentence. The characters in the story are. Yes, the character in the story are the little girl and her mom. What's the little girl's name? What's the little girl's name? Yes, the little girl's name is Shauna. We know it because it says, oh, Miss Yeager's pointing to the wrong part. We know it says Shauna because it says Shauna right here, and it told us that her name is on her smock. Today, Mama's first customer won't be having coffee, though. Her name is Tiffany Peters. Yeah, she's too little to have coffee. Tiffany lives in my building, and she just turned 5. She always has her thumb in her mouth and a scowl on her face. She never likes anything, not the candy Mama offers, or the magazines I show her, or the hairstyle Mama gives her. Shauna, please hand me the brush and towel over there, Mama says, pointing to the counter closet. Little Tiffany has to pop her thumb out of her mouth when Mama puts the smock over her head. I watch Mama brush out Tiffany's curly hair until it's fluffy as a cloud. What is the setting in the story? Remember, guys, the setting is where the story takes place. What is the setting in the story? This one's kind of a hard one. The setting in the story is, they call it a beauty parlor or a hair salon. I don't know if I know what that is. I know a nail salon is where you can get your nails done. So maybe a hair salon is where you can get your hair done. And you know, I see shampoo, and I see that when I get my hair cut, they put a smock on me so that I don't get hair on myself. And there's a spinny chair. So guys, a hair salon or a beauty parlor is a place where you get your hair cut, or maybe you get your hair curled, or some people get their hair changed to a different color. What is her mom's job? What is her mom's job? Well, her mom works at a hair salon, right? So you're right. Full sentence. Her mom's job is cutting hair. Nice job. You guys are doing so good. You're so smart. I can do that, I tell Mama as I watch her rub conditioner through Tiffany's hair after she's washed it. Mama uses the same conditioner on me, and it makes my hair soft and shiny. It smells nice too. My favorite is the one that smells like coconuts. Mama's humming along with the music, and I don't think she hears me, so I tell her again, I can do that. Maybe you can, Mama smiles, but Tiffany is my customer. Yeah, Tiffany says. She takes her thumb out of her mouth long enough to stick out her tongue at me. She can sure act like a baby. While Tiffany and Mrs. Peters let the conditioner sit, Mama starts helping her other customers. Pretty soon, the New You, that's the name of her mom's store, is crowded with people. I watch Mama press Miss Escobar's hair with a hot comb and curl it with a curling iron. Miss Escobar is one of Mama's regular customers, and she's a teacher at my school. When Mama's done curling, she combs and twists and pins Miss Escobar's red hair on top of her head. I'm thinking about fixing Stacy's hair the very same way when Mrs. Escobar catches me staring at her. Well, she asks, smiling. I smile back. I've never seen her yell at any of the kids at school, even the hard-headed ones. What do you think? Gorgeous, I tell her, pretending she's my customer. It's a new you, I say, just like Mama. I hope I get to be Miss Escobar in Miss Escobar's class when I start 3rd grade. Does Shauna like to be at her mom's work? Does she like to be at her mom's work? What do you think? Remember, we can look at the pictures. Let's look at her face. She looks like she's happy. Remember, in a full sentence, yes, Shauna likes to be at her mom's work. What does she wish she could do? What does she wish she could do? Remember, we're going to use it in full sentences. She wishes she could. Remember how she's always like, I could do that. She wishes she could do someone's hair. Mrs. Johnson walks in carrying a box from her bakery down the block. I love her jelly donuts. Her shop is full of chocolate chip cookies and sweet potato pies. It's always busy, just like Mama's. After Mama puts rollers in Mrs. Johnson's hair, it's time to sit under the dryer. These are the rollers, guys. They don't do this as much, but a long time ago, like when my grandma was younger, she'd put rollers in her hair, and then if you took them out, your hair would be curly. I hate sitting under the dryer. It's hot and noisy and you can't move. It's so boring. But Mrs. Johnson doesn't think so. I look forward to my Saturdays under the dryer, she tells me. It's the only time I can take a nap without being disturbed. When Mrs. Johnson takes a nap under the dryer, all you can see is her wide open mouth. She snores real loud. But you can't hear her snoring when the dryer's on. After the dryer turns off, Mama takes the rollers out of Mrs. Johnson's hair. I wish I could style Mrs. Johnson's hair, but all I do is put the rollers in a tray. See, her hair is getting curly now. Just putting the rollers in a tray. Mama rinses Tiffany's hair and dries it with a towel. She hums as she rubs her fingers through Tiffany's coconutty curls. Tiffany, how would you like a new hairstyle? Mama asks. But instead of answering, Tiffany takes her thumb out of her mouth and lets out the loudest screech I've ever heard. Ah! And then hides under her smock. Mama just smiles and hums. Sometimes I think she's too nice to that bratty little thumb-sucking Tiffany. I sit down with Kenya and Stacy. Those are her dolls. Their hair looks a mess. I take my afro comb and work on Stacy's hair until it's nice and full. I give her barrettes to match her dress. I think Kenya's hair looks good in braids like mine. I brush her hair one section at a time until she has almost as many braids as I do. So as you see, Shauna's got pretty braids in her hair and she's trying to do the same thing with her doll, Kenya. I like it when Mama puts beads in my braids, but we don't have beads small enough for Kenya. So I put rubber bands at the tips of the braids to keep them from coming loose. Whose hair does Shauna do? Whose hair does Shauna do? Shauna, full sentence, Shauna does her doll's hair. I walk over to Mama and show her what I've done. These are my customers, I say. Mama feels Kenya's braids. I made them nice and tight. Very good, Shauna, she says. What beautiful braids. Hey, Tiffany yells from her hiding place under the smock. I want braids too, she says. She tries to uncover herself, but she's so small she gets more tangled. Her mother helps her, and after a minute, her little head pops up from the smock. She wants braids just like Shauna did on her doll. Mama trims Tiffany's hair and braids it so it looks a lot like Kenya's and mine. I sit on the counter in front of Tiffany and let her play with Stacy and Tiffany. That's really nice of her to let her play with her dolls. We eat some more of Mrs. Johnson's donuts and drink some juice while Mama finishes braiding. When Mama's done, I hop off the counter so Tiffany can see herself in the mirror. Oh, look at her braids. They're so beautiful. I look like a movie star, she cries. I hand her a mirror to show her how she can spin her in her chair and see how her braids look in the back, just like Mama does with her customers. It's a new you, I say. Thank you, Shauna, Mama and Mrs. Peters say at the same time. By the time we're ready to close, Mama and I are exhausted. Exhausted is another word for tired from being on our feet all day. But Mama still sits me down in front of the mirror and fixes my braids and gives me a new clip to wear to Grandma's and Granddaddy's on Sunday. You are my favorite customer, Mama says, and my favorite helper. Mama sits down by the window and starts to brush her own hair. I can do that, I tell her. While I brush, Mama closes her eye and hums along with the radio. Who is Mama's favorite customer? Customer means someone who comes and gets their hair done. If someone's your customer, that means you help them. So who is her favorite person she helps at her hair salon? Who's her favorite customer? We're going to use it in a full sentence. Her favorite customer is Shauna, her little girl. That is the end of the book. So as always, I have 2 activities you can do. Number 1, you can help your mom or dad do something like Shauna did. So maybe your dad needs help in the yard, raking leaves, mowing grass. Maybe your mom needs help doing dishes. You can be a helper just like Shauna. And then number 2, we always have this where you can do something with paper. We're going to draw a picture of the main character. That means the character that's really the book is about. So the main character would be Shauna, right? So we're going to draw a picture of her and we're going to tell what she does in the story. So as you know, Miss Yeager has her piece of paper. It doesn't matter what kind of paper it is. I'm going to write my name at the top and the date, as we always like to do. So I'm going to write my name, Miss Yeager, and the date is April. We're in April now, guys. Yesterday was the first day in April. April 2nd, 2020. So there's my name, and there's the date. April 2nd, 2020. I'm going to write my square right here so I can draw my picture. I'm going to draw a picture of the main character, right? So that the main character is Shauna. So I'm going to draw a picture of Shauna in this box right here. And then I need to draw some lines because I'm supposed to tell what she does. Oh, there's Miss Yeager's catch. I'm going to tell what she does in the story. So I need to write some lines down here so I can tell what she does. So here are my lines at the bottom. So the first thing, you see how Miss Yeager's isn't perfect? Yours doesn't have to be perfect. First thing I need to do is I'm supposed to draw a picture of the main character, which is Shauna. Now remember, it does not have to be perfect. There's no way Miss Yeager can make her picture look as pretty as this one. But I'm going to look at the picture of Shauna and I'm going to try my best, okay? So I'm going to draw a picture of Shauna. And you know what? Since she helps her mom in a beauty parlor, I think I am maybe going to draw like a brush or something that she uses in the beauty parlor to show that she's helping her mom in the beauty parlor. You also could draw her doll, right? Because she helps with her dolls. It's whatever you guys want to do. Okay. And I think her hair, if I remember, is in a ponytail. I'm going to try to show that she's got braids in her hair because she's got braids in her hair. Okay, so here's Shauna. And I think I'm going to draw a brush in her hand. There we go. So there's Shauna. There are her braids in her hair. She's got a ponytail and I've got a brush. Okay, remember when you're coloring to do the right colors, right? So we're not going to color her hair purple because is her hair purple? Are we gonna color her skin white? Nope, her skin is going to be brown. I'll show you a picture of her one more time. Okay, we need to write what she does in the story. So what does Shauna do in the story? Shauna helps her mom at her job. Or you could say Shauna helps her mom at the beauty parlor or hair salon. So I'm going to write the word Shauna. Here's the name Shauna. Shauna helps her mom at her job. What do we need at the end of the sentence? Yep, we need a period at the end of the sentence. As always, I'm not going to write it because I want you guys to write it. If you want to upload a picture of what you do to Google Classroom so we can see, you can. Or some of you have been texting Miss Yeager with pictures, and I love it. Nice job, guys. I will see you next Tuesday. Thanks, Miss Jennifer.